Hello world, I'm Mom and we are going to continue playing Danganronpa today. So, let's continue. Little game. We had just started chapter 6, I think. The ultimate despair. A group of people caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people who put together this killing game and began broadcasting around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come later. Yeah, you're right. Alright. Just open the door, right? Easy, right? Damn, it's locked. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. This is a desk. Okay. There's a bomb here, right? That's a rocket and a tank. Okay, better not think too much about it. There's so much garbage here, I can't believe this place is still inhabited. Well. Is that an airplane? That's something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the Headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the Mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Only one way to find out. Hey, Kyoko. We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Yoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief. Because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life. And after leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up. Like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, until reaching the surface. Ooh, upskirt. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't see where it landed. I think I know why Makoto had to go first on the ladder. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm going to get kind of nervous. Ellipses. Maybe talking will keep my mind off it. Kyoko. There's something I want to ask you. Yeah, boyfriend? You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. Seeing how you have amnesia, I'm not sure how useful that is. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like our family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. And that is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Family creed? Like Mandalorians? Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason he gave up that pride, the reason he go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much he wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Ellipses.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Eh? But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. Nani? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. I don't think you need to talk to him for that. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself. But apparently, he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that. What she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. And more emotional. I don't blame you, you know. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life too. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing. One thing that I can never forgive. Really.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. And that's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. You don't need to go through all that trouble, Kyoko. It's kind of extra, if you ask me. In order to sell the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family to just cut him out like that. He was already kind of cut out, Makoto.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? I'm only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. What a thrill. With darkness and silence through the night. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Snake Eater! Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this floor, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm certain that's where we're come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so? Looks like we're back.
Whew.
I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, Marigato, I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I'm just returning the favor. This is how we got out of the garbage pit. I never would have imagined that's where this led. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but I mean, if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Now let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Choto Mate, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. And as she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. Sure saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now. Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Whoopsies. I'm still super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Maybe I can give him a gift? I mean, if you think about it, I am the ultimate lucky student. It only makes sense that I cheated death, so... Monokuma has no one to blame but himself. Think of the area. Yep. Is anyone else around? Where's the gym again? Wait. Oh yeah, here. Oh wait, can I go to the store? I have some points to spend. Give me a second, Kyoko. I gotta play some gacha. Okay. Ah, a repeat. The hell's that? All right, more. I think it capped at 18 for this percentage. we don't have enough. I should probably get going. Okay. Was the gym on this side, or no? That's the classroom trial.
Well now.
Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Mako's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we gonna be okay?
Boom, boom.
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule.
Making me angry!
So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to do. Nani?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Mako, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
I lose? Makita?
Hey!
You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
Now I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Mako chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
In response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Ellipses.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development awaiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that. You never imagined the possibility of it being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now there's the absolute truth. Now here's the absolute truth. Mako didn't kill Mukuro. You did. Ellipses.
Listen to me.
So executing Mako for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Mako really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life and feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were executing Mako now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
That's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again. To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, he followed the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one finally grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that's a true statement? You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations. Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Nani?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why don't you go quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Mako. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Ellipses. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. And overall, things turned out way better than expected. Ellipses. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. So our objective now is to literally find out everything about what's going on. That's the only way we're gonna save ourselves. Okay. Easy clap, right? Should be fine. Kyoko, arigato. And everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is just ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let down their guard?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening every so often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that. And try to prove that despair is better than hope. And that's their goal as the ultimate despair. Nani? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. The group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. Nani?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
And that's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Shunko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have the right answer. They made me out to beat the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion
Indeed.
to prove to the world that despair is better than hope. They have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violate their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
And then, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least. I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I hadn't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiating and persuasion. Wouldn't you agree? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you think that much more. That would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. Yeah, you're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final trial, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we do now is work together with everyone and destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone?
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now, we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in a dorm somewhere. Shall we go? I think what Kyoko's trying to get at here is that a student had to have killed Mukuro. So someone in the cast is still a mole, I guess, or working for Monokuma. I think that's what she's trying to imply. Okay, they're probably in a dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Okay. It's nighttime. Wouldn't they all be in bed right now? Let's see. I mean, they wouldn't be in here, right? What's the map say? There's no exclamation marks anywhere. Let's just check the dining hall. That's where we usually meet up, even though it's nighttime. And suddenly, we were greeted with... I don't even know what to say. You again. Okay. Is he broken?
Whew.
And I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
god damn it, Hero. Fucking dumbass. How did Hero survive this long? Doesn't make sense. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. I wouldn't call them all our friends, Makoto. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Yo,
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Did she die? I remember her from the 90s. She's probably dead, yeah. I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why? Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Whoops. I was trying to clean up here. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to a new place again. And? No dice, all the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you.
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. This smell is so smelly. That smelly smell that smells. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. God, what the fuck's going on with this chick? I win. She seems happy for some reason.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
The last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. I can keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't a killer, and of course it's not me, or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You made it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blacken, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blacken is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? And they had no choice to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, right?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
You might recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain again later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind.
Hmm.
Well, there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But
we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed it already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, who said you could agree to all those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words,
Interesting.
one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
but
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time, the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay. Enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. Hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak Academy since the killing game began, are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak Academy are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is among us. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro, and he gets 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And one of those 16 people we started out with, the only one still alive, are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Chotomate, we can't say that for sure. Moku might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that's one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But do you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would notice someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible, but if they directed the flow of the conversation, well, maybe. But still.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
This is some fourth wall breaking shit right here.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Interesting.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Ooh.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hmm?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the door. Magnanimous. Long word. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well done. After making his final statement, Bikuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him. Does he ever?
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. Muda, 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 muda. So, bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. It just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself, too.
Just a second.
Choto Mate, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's gonna go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? Yeah, that's really nice of you to say.
but,
Still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figured, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was surprisingly in high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
And that goes for all of us. And I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things that I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. And with that, Kyoko is gone. Leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. Now I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The Headmaster's room, the Bio Lab, and the door in the data center. Okay. Oh, and the second floor door where the gate was down before, right? That would open now. After that, we'll have to double check areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places check in the attitude truth bullet section of your game book. Okay, thanks for that. That was the last track. Okay, let's get we're heading upstairs now. Which section on the second floor again? Dormitory first floor. Oh, here. So we're heading here, huh? Okay. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. Which means I'm gonna have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. I don't know, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Bed is completely torn apart. Huh. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. Okay. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. The area. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Jack shit in here. Is that a giraffe? This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I have to look through every one of them. There's a metal plate mounted on a lock. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. How if I can open this locker? Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get to the locker open. And after all, it's pretty similar to the card readers from the school, from the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open up those. So does that mean, well, let's just give it a try. I tried out my handbook. I took out my handbook and ran across the card reader. And then, no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Yeah, I don't think this locker's gonna open. And we're still getting Monokuma coins, so. I'm gonna try all of them, fuck it. What about this? It looks like there's a thing there, but whatever. I don't think there's anything else to look at, really. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It's more like adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still haven't gotten one. But I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. Must have been the headmaster's. Desk is a home computer. It's a home to a computer. Must have belonged to the headmaster. There's a PC on the desk. Must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair.
However...
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. And they're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri fair. But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri fair. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands
Correct.
on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Ultimate Despair has been added to the truth. So they're basically the Illuminati. Let's see what's here. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or construction defect or something.
So...
There's a gap here, but not just a normal gap. I could feel a breeze coming out. A breeze.
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and numbers. You can't really go from there. You're right, it's not really enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, and everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's the hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in here. Waiting there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we can get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of. Or something she didn't want to think of, for example. What about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure? Ellipses.
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if it's not that, that might just hurt Kyoko even more. Ellipses.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collect myself, then turn to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Hunter 2. I've typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Beep. Is the sound just gonna keep repeating? Okay. Nani? That did it? I mean, we're in. Hacker voice. Kyoko, it worked. Ellipses.
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not have even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered by such joy. And that's what made it so unusual. I better check out that suspicious present before I do anything else. Ah, man. Well, if it's a bomb, though. I think Kyoko can take play on this one. Alright. There's a brightly colored box here. Seems totally out of place in there. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Kind of sussy, huh? Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait. So, you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. What's in the box? What's in the box? Step by heavy step, and I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It's actually not far off from the reference I made. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Kind of messed up. That was kind of the first thing we expected, actually. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. Nani? Whoever put this box together must have been a fan of the movie 7. Huh. Just as you thought. How could have you known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. It's just, I had a feeling it would be this body. I had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least that's what left of him. Are you serious? Yep, I memorized his dental records and everything. That's definitely him. This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. Choto fucking mate. How can you know for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So, that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with exactly 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step and hope speak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the mastermind was probably here in school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in this school, but who is also dead. And that's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought. So she knew it was a possibility. But I had to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself. Even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Who else would it be? Hey, Kyoko. Metal Gear exclamation point noise. Ellipses.
Why would you...
Urusai. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet, to find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Nani. I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. And that's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Okay. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you'd find a clue. So I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko will get some stranger like me touching her dad's stuff. Ellipses.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top. But all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to this job, huh?
Well,
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Ellipses. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad stuff without permission.
hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. You sure?
because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay. If you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But the last drawer... Huh? Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? It has a label on it. It says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. And I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then, I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? I guess we'll use it on the lockers. Maybe it'll work.
Hey,
Listen, Makoto? Huh? Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it's only inconvenience. I know it'll only inconvenience you. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey,
Could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little. I
Just a
need
second.
to get my emotions in order. Ellipses. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe you hope to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? Ellipses. If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. Go Minazai.
Anyway,
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then, I'll see you later. Ellipses. Is she really okay? Kyoko. It must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father, and they killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible that, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we are wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's it. We played this a bajillion times already. 15 of us met in main hall, and Mukuro to the mix. Add Mukuro to the mix, and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Yakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Alright. Save. Alright, just give me a moment to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Let me adjust my headphones a little bit more. Okay. I think we already looked at everything. Can we check the computer one more time? I guess not. Alright. Let's run back to the lockers, because I don't think there's anything else left over here. I wonder if I can open this locker. That's locked. Let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook. Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader end. Beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belonged to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. Huh, a crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But, wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act all as casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Yasuhiro Hagakure. Yep. Nani? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. Which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all stuck into this evil world. We never even had a chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Yep, and this is kind of alluding back to those clues we previously had with the pictures of the students that seemed to indicate that they were already attending school before the game actually began. And that's why I kind of had my crackpot theory of maybe we're all in some sort of simulation. I don't know if it's that crazy. It's I think the actual explanation is probably a bit more down to earth than that. Maybe everyone got amnesia. I mean, it happened to Kyoko. Maybe it's possible it happened to the rest of the students too, somehow. But at this point, like, there's so much going on, I can't theorize anything. The game started off formulaic enough, right? Like, the first two or three chapters, it was pretty easy to, like, guess the tropes they were going for. But now, like, I generally have no idea what's going on. And it's interesting. Yeah. Like, I'm grasping things together, though, and have my own little theories. But I don't think my theories have any water. I don't think they're gonna hold up once we actually get to the actual story. I'm guessing the other lockers will be up to other students then. I wonder if there's gonna be one for Makoto also. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocket touch. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. There's something written, there's some writing on inside, it could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? And I was flipping through the pocketbook. But my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I'm guessing that's Toko's? I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to one who came up with the plan directly. He just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Oh wait. Kyoko? He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigy safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you will be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? What she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her father since he left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Yeah, we read that line. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just start spinning much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. And I didn't. Hold on, I didn't even get to read it all. There's a second despair. I'm looking at the replay on Twitch. What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. And there's a second despair. But the more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had belonged to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems to belong to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems to belong to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. If I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader end. Nope, don't see anything that could be a clue. Nothing. No, these are broken too. Alright, I think those were all lockers now. Okay, did we even approach Kyoko about this? Maybe give the game a save here. There's all kinds of stuff I want to talk to her about, but I better give her some more time. No, we have a pretty important clue here. Which was the next spot we wanted to check? Let's head to the 4th floor. Data center.
Hey, Makoto.
Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah,
So I figured, if all the doors in the school have been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
but...
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean...
Because it might explode, right? And that really sucked, so you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. I think we already looked at everything here originally, right? Alright, let's open up the Monokuma door. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Ugh. Wait, let me take cover first. I don't want to get exploded. He raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was, whoa, this place is totally sci-fi. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. What is this device? Looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? If Fumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean?
Okay.
Alright, let's start poking around whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just... or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Alright, so the implication here is this is the control panel for Monokuma itself. He was already jabbing away at the control panel. Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from another room. What did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I think you looked at the control panel. I saw a bunch of buttons, each with a name of a room next to it. And just like that, and just like he said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I probably better go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. I'm kind of scared out of my mind right now. So I'll just cheer you on from here. There's some kind of hatch on the door. But right now I need to check out the data center. Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Ellipses. Hey! Give me all your donuts. Is that you, Hina?
What?
What? Oh man, busted. How do you know?
Say what?
Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling?
Hello.
Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here.
Found it.
Ah, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it.
Too bad.
Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that sells it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it. And the control panel inside. Whoa, hey Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma.
Huh?
What do you mean? What you were just controlling now. It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What, for real? Yep, looks like the panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they're definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center with all the monitors. In other words,
Hey,
maybe the Mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right.
But
If the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means we've been inside the school that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true, it's a very polarizing approach. But oh, this thing again. Yeah. The implication would be he can't be one of the students, can he? Then the mastermind Monokuma's puppeteer really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? I mean... We've never seen Monokuma in the same place as... No, he's always been in the same place as the rest of us. Huh. What's wrong, Kodo? I don't like the face you're making. Oh no, it's nothing. Oh, okay. What about you? Is everything okay?
I mean...
Oh, well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows what if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like, you want to leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste our time staying around here. Okay, you want to get going? Yeah. I was just checking the door here. Alright, fine. Click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? The door just locked on its own. Nani? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked. But why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma.
Just a second.
Hey, no fair. You can't just go around restricting whatever you like.
Hey,
It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how desperate everyone would get if the school mascot just up and stopped moving. Then that room.
Yep.
As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room.
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo.
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Woohoo, are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? No way. The hatch on the floor? Too bad. That was your one big chance, and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. He's gone, but...
So,
Was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure.
Huh?
Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't have been opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. You're right. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around and tell everyone what we found here. Nice. You've got all motivated. You got me all motivated again.
You got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you there. And it took off at full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. That's the only way to move forward. This is the Headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Makoto, it's you. No, Byakuya. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. There are trophies and even a shield on display. Even in the Headmaster's room. Even in the Headmaster rooms, there's a monitor. Even there's a surveillance camera.
Come on.
Hey, Makoto.
Not possible.
Are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you?
Such ignorance.
When we get out of here, remember this moment. The bookshelf seems really well made, and it's filled with flies and files and thick books. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. Here's on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class number 78, student registry. It contains profiles for all of us, and Mukuro.
So, in other words,
Apparently class 78 refers to us. Wait. When we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room.
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there, along with hers,
In other words,
there can be no doubt Mukuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Mukuro Ikusawa, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems like Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page. Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. Nani?
so in other words,
When it comes to this profile, there's more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what
Interesting.
kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. Now I was half listening to Bikuya as I skimmed through the report. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats, close, but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this, and I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, when she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to other students, I'll be forced to take all reasonable measures. Mukuro was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now, but wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the Mastermind were allies? So why? Why would they kill Mukuro? Plus, even the Mastermind seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it just means the Mastermind is even stronger than Mukuro was.
what?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within that file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class, number 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals as 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body?
Stop talking.
You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is, maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... Wait, is he trying to say? There's a chance the body isn't actually Mukuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible. But it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? So the notes we just read actually mentioned that Mukuro did not have any injuries on her. I think the Monokuma file mentioned that the corpse did have wounds on it. So it might not actually be her.
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Oh, one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to use, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. Not that we're getting along. She's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her, huh?
In other words...
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. Oh, what are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. Now keep it in mind. Arigato. Okay, let's save. Go to the dojo. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting you want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you found a clue. Well, I haven't. I haven't found anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have had something, right? Well, there isn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back. Give me back my precious time. Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone fights out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master will. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that. I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Yeah. Oh, we can check the locker again. That doesn't actually help us any bit. The cherry tree isn't blue, nothing strange about that. Okay, we have nothing. Okay, into the biolab. Well, here I am in the bottle lab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Ugh, so cold. Why is it so cold in here? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Some kind of weird machines or something built into the wall. And there, on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. On the other side, there's a stack of tarps here. I haven't seen a lot of those. Lately. This kind of looks like a morgue. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. I've seen something like this before. No, that's it. I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. The right-hand lights are off. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It's like an construction manual. We offer eco-friendly alternatives to standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germical lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert a cadaver, and the blue light will let you know when the automated systems have activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an optional leathery upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? I'll look around, I think I got it. It seems clear to me now. Some kind of makeshift morgue. Okay. Yeah, about those lights by each slot. It looks like it's set up so that when each slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot, lit up in blue, another one of the victims is. Okay. I can't let my emotions take control now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died, and that's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So we have 9 bodies here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we started off with 16 students, right? Huh. So that's 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's exactly one. There's exactly one for each student, I think. Yeah. So this means there's still one for the 6 remaining students and Lucro? Maybe? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, last thing. Huh? It's gone. Mukuro's body. It's not here? Did you eat it? The Monokuma flower. Is it true? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Well, I don't think it's related to the case. Still just 4 chicken suck. I'd be terrified if more were gone. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. Better check just to be sure. Didn't find anything even close to a dead body. But if it's not here either, then it must be... Could it be in the biolab? But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in there. There's one other thing. That tarp. A tarp played a key role in another case, so better look into it. The killer used the tarp to keep the sprinklers from getting the body wet. Which means the killer might have left some clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the tarp. It says Biolab? And this originally came from the Biolab? Huh. That pickaxe. The handle says Crazy Diamond. Same one that was written on the back of Mondo's coat. There's all different kinds of gardening tools. Is there anything that sticks out? Nope. Okay. Looks like we have nothing else. That's all I really need to check here. Oh no.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
Nani? Now he wants to give us a hint? It's suspicious, but there's no doubt about it. This could be a trap. Even knowing that, he said to go to the gym, right? Okay, let me save. Oh, hey, Hero. Makoto. Why do you act so surprised? Yeah, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I'm on my way out. You already talked to him? What'd he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go. Hero, wait! There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time?
I am Monokuma!
Hello, welcome. Welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you. The envelope? This must be the envelope. And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside. Nani? Don't worry, just get it on with. Monokuma's cryptic words didn't make me feel any better. I picked up the envelope and I opened it. What I found was a single photograph. Is it a picture of Makoto with other students? It featured a bunch of faces I recognized immediately, extremely well. It's everyone but us, actually. Interesting, Junko's face is obscured. That's kind of sus. So I'm getting the idea that all these people were affected by the incident, the tragedy, whatever it was, originally. And they're stuck in this death game now. Interesting. Wait. Look in the background. Between Hiro and Sakura. Is there a person there? Or am I just imagining something? It looks like a pair of legs. Anyone else get that vibe? It looks like... Oh, no. I'm just imagining something. I think. Yeah, that's clearly the chalkboard behind Hiro and Sakura. There's just something weird about the background. I guess it's the way... It's probably Hiro's coat. Never mind. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak Academy at the same time as me. But wait. But... There's something behind Sayaka. There's someone behind Sayaka. That's Mukuro. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right, when Bikui said... Bikui and I were in the Headmaster's room, we looked at the file. Mukuro Ikusama. Then this girl is... Nani? Why? Well, is Mukuro Hiro with everyone else? And even more than that. Just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like this. I don't think we're in this photo, Makoto. And now that I'm looking, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not here. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me not to be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone else was like me and didn't know each other before they got here. But if this picture is real, then could it be everyone else, just me? Everyone here except me is... How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kind of getting in the way of standing... You're kind of getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out. But...
How strange.
I told you I'm not fielding any questions.
Unbelievable.
What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? That'd be totally out of left field. I guess that means he's done talking. Damn it! Group photo has been added to the truth bullets. So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. So the theory, I guess, right now is that everyone besides Makoto has attended the school in the past. They were involved with the tragedy, though. Somehow they don't seem to acknowledge it, though, during the course of the game. None of them seem to mention it. Yeah, it generally did seem like they didn't know each other. Huh. Weird. Maybe they got their memories wiped somehow? Huh. Because there was that part where Kirigiri kept going on about how something happened to her body. And that's where I had my really crackpot theory about being in some sort of simulation, which is stupid, but I don't know, anything can go in this game, really, if you think about it. Oh. We'll just have to find out once we get more details. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looks so real and full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear this up. No, I have to clear all this up. Okay. Where is everyone? Dining hall. Hold up. Gotta do some more gotcha. Oh, now it takes 19 coins. I got a rock. Great. Hey, Zebrahead, welcome back to the chat. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing good too. Alright, let's check out some of these rooms here. I decided to visit the bio lab one more time. And the first thing I saw when I got there was her. Passed out again. Huh? Toko? Toko, are you okay? No, no. She's not dead, is she? Ah, you motherfucker. Uah. It's cold. It's super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What? I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted again.
Uh-huh.
I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't.
Have you
Oh.
reached that certain age?
Oh, then what? Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so, why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up here just now. What do you do to Miss, Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga. No, they put bazinga in the translation. How dare they? We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate.
You SOB!
And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. Yes! So it's like a double the memory. No, it's more like half. Genocide's Jack memory has been added to the truth bullet section of your game book.
Huh?
But all I want to know is, where's my little darling? Tell me now, or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire!
I knew it. I'm totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shut off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. And I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point in asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The body. The fridge, it's open. I'm sure they were shut last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you didn't have to apologize.
Listen.
About this room. Oh yeah, it's
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. Itoka must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and well, there you have it. You knew she fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
Now, I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot there, that's when she saw the body inside. It dropped like a bag of rocks. Why is everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway...
We should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly she stopped. Ooh, what if it's a body of a person who's still alive? Of one of us, maybe. Maybe that's a twist. Because all the other students should be like completely like pulverized at this point, right? So the ones that were killed, there shouldn't be anything left of them, right? So the only bodies left would be ours, theoretically, right? But of course we're alive and we're in our bodies, or are we? I don't know. I'm assuming it's gonna be a student of one form or another because there were exactly 16. There's exactly 16 morgues, 16 fridges here for bodies, so it has to be a student, right? Right? It's a student, right? And I'm placing my bet on being one of the remaining students who is quote unquote still alive. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Mukuro's body is in here. Okay. So Mukuro, who is dead, at least we think she's dead. Mukuro's corpse? Mukuro's body's inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The mastermind did it. Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. No, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. Okay. So, the reason for the morgue is more reasonable than that. It's not... It's to hold the body of the victims. Okay. You wouldn't necessarily need 16 of them, though. Because... Yeah, you would need like half of them, right? Because one of them... So, because the blackened will get... The blackened will get completely disintegrated in the punishment, usually. So you only need like... whatever. Might as well have extra just to be safe. we'll leave it at that. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time. I'm going to grab the mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then,
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there, and that's it? Okay. Where do I wait? I guess I'll look here.
it would seem...
It would seem the blue light comes from when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there and the blue light comes on. 1, 2, yeah, so there's 8. There's 9 of them so far. The only people who would, like, be actually in here, though... Let's see, were the people who were actually murdered, right? So it would have to be, we have Sayori, or whoever it was. We have Junko. We have... It can't be the baseball prize. He got smashed up pretty badly. Mondo can't be... No, he got obliterated also, right? So then you have... Let's see... The hall monitor kid, I guess. I forgot his name. Ifumi, right? He was a victim also. So that's 4 possible. I guess. Who else would be in there? Sakura, right? She committed suicide, but that still counts. She would be a victim, so her body would still be accessible. The only people whose bodies should be gone would be the first one, I forgot his name, Mondo, Celeste, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8, and then you have, yeah, so that's 8 plus Mukuro here, right? So, yeah. So we account for everyone. So 5 of these would have bodies in them. 3 of them, the murderers will be occupied by the murderers, except I'm pretty sure the murderers don't have bodies left. Looking around the number of lights that are on, including Mukuro's, there are 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Okay. I've already looked through the instruction manual, more importantly. You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere else before. Yeah, it's the same as the one I found in the garden tool shed. And if I remember that tarp, it has a stamp that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. But who would have access to the Biolab? Couldn't be in one of us. The fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it. I can't look inside. I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. And after all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Mokuma made earlier.
Whew.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own, without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I should go back and do the same thing, but I guess what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? It's gotta be it. There's no other explanation.
Whew.
Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Alright, ready? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I make my report brief. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that The stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body, and had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old, huh?
Because
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. And I guess I don't see the difference.
wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old,
However,
but that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds make it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not treated to the murder. Are you saying they are? Well, we all got the Monokuma fall right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
so then,
But what if Mukuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
at the very least,
Certainly, you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words,
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each other, each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
hey,
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
so
5 foot 7 inches, 98 pounds. Files were 31, 22, 32. Did I get that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then,
indeed,
and don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
indeed.
Our victim in this case is without doubt Mukuro Ikusaba. Okay.
And
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
so then,
It looks like we have no further business with Mukuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. Oh wait, are you not gonna put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this?
why?
Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she still got killed. She's still a victim.
Hey,
Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, yeah, but still. Ellipses.
whew,
You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. She could have abandoned me. She decided to help me instead. Oops, I accidentally pressed B.
so then,
I think we've done all we can do here. Okay, I guess she helped with moving the body back. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Now, hold on. I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in that locker. If I don't do it now. Hey Kyoko, I did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask.
what?
Go ahead then. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad once since you got here?
What?
Nani?
So,
What do you mean? Well, you know, all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms?
indeed.
I do, yes. But to get to any lockers, you need the handbook of whoever the lockers belongs to. And actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the master's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook. And after looking through it, I think it must be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the lockers owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to any of those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense. But there was something written inside. It was about the Headmaster. About your father.
What?
Metal Gear exclamation point noise.
If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? A video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the Headmaster's handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. If I'm right about this, I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. A DVD? And it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think it means, so just watch it and see for yourself. I think you'll realize exactly what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us have ever seen before. None of this makes sense now, but I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD. Uh-oh. I think this is where we're gonna learn what the twist is.
Makoto.
Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So, as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through with that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said it. But her smile was filled with sorrow.
Whew.
So that's it for my rambling. There's still so much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
But keep this in mind. There's only ever one absolute truth. Whether our truth is justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not. Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then...
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko's gone. I better get going myself. I have a DVD for Kyoko. Should head to AV room and check it out. Kyoko said something about hopeless truth. But no matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Hey, Hero. Kodo, what's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, no. Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit. Hero, what's wrong? I still wasn't able to talk to him about the notebook I found. It's like he's avoiding me. It's like he's afraid of me. Why? Stuff and stuff everywhere from lawnmower, fertilizer, flower pot, farm tools. Oh, Yakuya. Listen, do you think we can talk? Yakuya?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about. Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Hey, Yakuya, wait! Of course he didn't, he just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me. They should be able to play DVDs just fine. Well then, better take a look. I took the DVD Kyoko gave me and put it in the player. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have only been a few seconds. But to me, it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka. It took me by total surprise. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long. And there she was.
Okay then. Are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. It was the voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation.
It's like one of those casting couch videos now.
I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
It sounded like he was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
You want me to accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? Except... Nani?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's when the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now, but this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad, she tried to frame me for murder. So, why? why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed the sunlight. On the monitor, the video I thought was finished flashed back on screen. My eyes darted back to the screen. And if I was confused before, what I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. Possibly, undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
Yes.
No, don't put me on the casting couch, no. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation. But the I in here, the I in there, the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Now, shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes.
This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least I can do for you.
So maybe during the tragedy something happened where the students had no choice but to stay inside the school. And then somehow time went on and someone corrupted it. Maybe the ultimate despair eventually got through and set this all up. Once again, the video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Bikuya. Toko. Hina. And she was smiling too. Everyone. They all said they agreed to live in the school forever. And then... Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without doubt, she had met him. She sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when... Doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure my ass. You cut the power on purpose. Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. He'd ask the same question, and they'd all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge, exasperated sigh. But as I did, I remembered something.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. A convenient outcome, but something that seemed to obviously work in the favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or interview DVD was updated.
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black. There is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again, because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. Alright. And that's gonna be the end for today's stream. It's a good stopping off point. We've spent 2 hours and 40-something minutes investigating what's going on in the school, and I think next stream we'll do the case and we'll see what happens. I'm very curious to see what the actual truth behind Danganronpa is. The theory right now, I guess, is okay based off clues we have so far, which is very little still. I think we all did attend the school at one point, even Makoto, I think. But then after the tragedy happened, whatever that was, we found ourselves in circumstances where all the students would have to stay there for the rest of their lives. I don't know, maybe Armageddon happened or some shit like that. Who knows? And then somehow during the course of our time there, the ultimate despair eventually happened again, because I'm pretty sure the ultimate despair was probably responsible for the tragedy that led to, us having to stay there to begin with. And somehow in that case, everyone's memory got wiped, and then this whole death game got started somehow. That's all I'm able to glean off of all of this. What's intriguing though is that in the photo, it does appear that Makoto isn't in the class photo, so I don't know, it could go either way, really. I'm thinking the simulation theory is out of the question now. That's a little too much. Too sci-fi. Alright, I'll give it that then. I'll put that theory to rest for now. But yeah, it's still very curious. So I don't think there are like any clone buys. I think it's just literally all the students left. Yeah, so yeah, we all went to the same school. Something happened that forced us all to stay there at the school. At some point, our memories got wiped and the death game began. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to piece it together just now. We'll need the clues as we go through the class trial. So we'll do that probably tomorrow. We'll see. And I think there's a chapter after this one. I don't know what's going to happen there. Like, probably some sort of epilogue. But yeah, that's going to be it for this evening, at least for Danganronpa. For anyone who's watching, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Zebrahead CYF, for stopping by and participating in chat. And I'll see you guys next time in our one. Bye-bye.